Hello, 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 and welcome to this week's episode of the Afrocentrist podcast. Happy New Month! Woo! And just like that, we are in the 5th month of 2021. Can you believe it? Was it not just like yesterday we said Happy New Year? Ha! Wow! This time, the way time is flying there, I don't know, but thank God we made it to May, the 5th month of the year. Thank God you are alive to listen to this podcast today. I am grateful that I'm here to speak to you today, and I have still my co-host with me. Hey, Daniel, why are you so quiet? What's up?
I'm excited. It's been quite a ride. It's been quite a journey, and we are grateful for a new month. Yeah, it's not really been easy, but yeah, by God's grace, we've made it. So we are grateful. Extremely grateful.
How is it in Ghana?
Well, nothing much has changed. Nothing much. It's the same old Ghana, I guess.
What's the situation? I mean, this is not the topic for the day, but, let's just kind of give you some sort of update from where we are, So what's going on, with the COVID and everything? What's the movement like in Ghana? What's the response like? Are people moving around now? Have they stopped using masks, or did they even start wearing masks in the first place?
I mean, the authorities here are doing their best to make sure that we wear our nose masks. So once in a while, you'd see probably soldiers on the street, police on the street, trying to ensure that the people moving around are maintaining the social distancing and wearing the nose mask and probably sanitizing all that. Yeah. More of the nose mask. But then I think we are all tired. We are all tired.
I know the feeling, like, oh my gosh. So, for you guys, it's even easier. For us ladies, I mean, when you finish doing your makeup and you want to go out,
exactly.
You have to think about, oh my God. I mean, thank God this.
Now you can put the makeup in your bag. I think that's what they are doing now.
Even if you put your makeup in your bag, for example, say you had already made up and you need to just get something down the road, you still need to wear your mask, right?
That's true.
Thank God at least they did black masks, so they can cover up. Otherwise, it's so annoying when you have to put on the normal blue or white one and then you put it off and then everywhere is stained with red powder and lipstick.
Yeah. It's like the lady in the Bible who used the white clothes to cover Jesus' face and then had a printing of his face on it. I'd seen a lady take off a mask one time. I could see a lip draw, like a facial expression on the mask. It was funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, we are all trying to keep up we are all trying to adhere to the rules and everything. But now wearing a nose mask is more like a formality. To get into banks, to get into offices, but then when nobody is watching, I don't think anybody wants to wear it. And Ghana is known to be really hot, so the nose mask doesn't really work all the time.
For the weather.
Exactly.
I think we might start to feel that here in the UAE as well. But then, the authorities is still quite strict with masks. Like, you can't even when you are in a restaurant. If you don't have your food yet on your table, your mask cannot be down.
Wow.
Yes. So the only time you're allowed to let your mask down is while you are eating. So when you're eating, when you finish eating, you chill a bit. While you're chilling, please put on your masks, right? So they're still very, very strict about it. But the vaccination is also going. People are getting vaccinated and all of that. How is the vaccination going in Ghana?
I wouldn't want to tag. Well, we are Africa. Nothing has changed. That Ghana is still Africa. Yeah, there are still superstitious beliefs, and then all this.
That is the mark of the beast.
All these conspiracy theories. My mom says it's the mark of the beast. Anyway, the moment you do it, don't come into a house anymore. Yeah.
Wow.
So there are those
serious?
who still. Oh, it's true. Just a handful of those here have done it because we are afraid that probably this is America's way of trying to take over our minds and turn us into something. I don't even know what it is. I mean, if they wanted to do that, they would have done it long time ago. The toothpaste and then the toothbrush, the clothes you wear, everything you use here is basically from there. So
Even
what
the
are you running away
internet you
from?
use, the chip, the SIM, the
Yes.
everything, they're already monitored
So
anyway. So if they
it's
wanted to
not
do such, I
vaccination.
know, right?
Exactly.
But I guess people still have a reason to be skeptical about the vaccine
Oh
because,
yeah, yeah,
according to
yeah.
history, is that
Mm-hmm.
normally when there is a pandemic of this sort, of this magnitude, it will take a while before a
Mm-hmm.
vaccine, is being created. But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
took less than a year. So people are really
Yeah,
skeptical, like,
this is
how
true.
come? Like, how is it so fast?
This
And
is
so a
true.
couple
Yeah.
of people. But even here, rumor has it that, we'll start restricting movement, but we're not sure yet anyway. So there's still that scare, like, oh, go take it now before it's too late and all of those things. But quite a number of people are still also skeptical, like they're not going to take it yet, at least until, because at the end of the day, taking the vaccine now does not mean you are totally protected, right? So it means if you are still traveling, you still need to do the
Mm-hmm.
COVID test and all of that. So people are like, then what's the
Yeah,
point, right? So,
it's true.
but anyways, that's something I felt like we just need to, share from our different perspective, and I hope
Yeah,
that
yeah.
gave some sort of perspective or information to our listeners today. Okay, so last week we spoke about 6 self-improvement skills that we feel, it was our top 6, right? 3 for me and 3 for Daniel. And we, shared that last week. And so we had, feedback from our audience. I would love for you to listen to those feedback, okay? So enjoy this before we get into this week's content.
I really enjoyed the program. I learned something from it. Every point that you made, I'm already doing some. I'm struggling to do some, but I'm still, trying. Especially with the communicating skills, as in you just don't let your customers be your customers. You make them your friends, as in checking up on them and all that. That customer service skill, that's what I'm struggling with. I am friendly, but I'm just not openly friendly to everyone. I just don't feel comfortable with that yet, but I'm really trying because I know that I'm an entrepreneur, so I have to develop that skill, that customer care skill. Yeah, and the reading, something that people were talking about. Yeah, that one too. I think sometimes we don't remember what we read because, wait, let me put it this way, we forget what we read because when we are reading, we read fast to the end, just know what will happen, but we don't read it for it to stick in our head. I hope I'm making sense. I've learned something from whatever you said. It was very educative, and I'm, waiting for the next episode to listen to what people have. Thank you. This is my review.
Yeah, hi Danny. I've been listening to your show, and it's a good show. It's a good program you had there. In my opinion, I see that people don't listen. Like the lady said, they listen. They just hear what you're saying and just to reply you. Some people don't even make you land in what you're saying. In the middle of your speech, they just come in there to reply you or what they know, instead of listening to you for you to land, understanding what you are saying, so they can give you an appropriate answer. These people intend to go talk, to say it in another way apart from what you meant. They might go twist and turn what you were saying to other people, and it's good to listen. We have to listen good so we can explain what was said. It's a good show. Thanks.
Awesome. So we've had some messages coming in also, and I'd like to tell everybody or let you know that you can send your feedbacks, you can send your messages, suggestions, or probably something you want us to read out loud. Yeah. So you can send us your feedbacks on all our social media platforms, the Afrocentrist Hub. So here's a message from Coco Nocturnal. It says, "Wow, that was great. I didn't waste my 33 minutes of listening." Here's another one from Cornelia. It says, "Just finished listening. It was super educative." Another one from Gloria says, "Wow, I just discovered you guys and you are very educative. I hope I hear more from you." Okay, so we don't really have so much time on our hands. So these are the few ones I'm going to take from now. So over to you, Ejo.
Awesome. Yeah, so you heard it. So please, we're taking feedback. So if you enjoy this particular episode, for example, you can send us feedback, okay? If you want to use Instagram, we are The Afrocentrist on Instagram. I think that's the easiest platform, but maybe if you're still a Facebook person, we are The Afrocentrist Hub on Facebook, okay? So, but let's get your feedback. And like Daniel said, if you want us to talk about a particular topic, you can also let us know. All right. So thank you to everybody who sent their feedback. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And we love you. Okay. So today, Daniel is going to be entering the driver's seat right now, very quickly, right? And
Cruise master.
Cruise master, you know, he's going to be talking about, is there really a good breakup? Me, I'm just going to be watching and looking and listening, okay? So, Daniel, is there a good breakup?
You know, when we started this thing, when you suggested that I lead this crusade, I'll call it a crusade. When you suggested that I lead this crusade, I didn't know whether to feel flattered or I should take offense. Because I don't know, am I the expert in breakups? I just shared one story, just one story, and then now
so I wanted to hear from you. I know you're not an expert. We just want to hear your side of the story and how you dealt with it. Like, you know, you were telling me about you had a bad breakup, and I'm okay, you had a bad breakup. Is there a good breakup? Like, is there anything like a good breakup? You know, that's how this conversation started. So tell us what happened to you.
Okay, so I'll start by sharing my story. I was in a relationship and seemed to have been going on well. And it was my first relationship, so my natural instinct was to keep it going smoothly, be the best boyfriend I could be. Yeah, so I looked up to people who I felt were having good relationships. And I felt I could take a pointer or two from them. Yeah. So I got advice. A friend of mine advised me to tone down the checking ups, the phone calls, and all the lovey-dovey things. If not, my ex-girlfriend would feel bored. There'll be boredom inside. Yeah. So I didn't really analyze, which is the first step in the wrong direction for me. I didn't really analyze. I was so eager to make...
You took it hook, line, and sinker.
Everything that was inside, I took everything. Yeah, so I toned down the conversations, I toned down the calling, the checkups, and everything. And I noticed that it turned everything around. Like, it changed everything. I noticed that the love or feelings, that thing that is inside, you see, when a boy and girl are like into themselves, that thing that is inside, I don't know, is the
I don't understand what thing is inside.
That thing that everybody is feeling now, that thing that we are all feeling, that is making us, be together. That thing that is in the middle, that middleman, that middle feeling, middle vibe, it was not there anymore. That connection, exactly. Connection wasn't there anymore. I think it broke. Yeah, and that was evident when it was my birthday. I realized that she didn't really wish me. And when she did, it was a Google link to 100 messages, or the best 100 messages, birthday messages for your boyfriend.
Wow, so you can pick your choice. She gave you buffet.
I should go and pick my choice. I didn't...
Oh my God.
You call it a buffet. I didn't know how to feel.
Wow, that must have
Then
been
2 days
hard.
later, oh, very hard. 2 days later, I texted her, and then that was when we found out that it wasn't really going on well. I mean, I didn't want it to end, but then it's like she was fed up with everything. Yeah. But then, so what I learned from this situation are two things. That you shouldn't always rely on the advices you get from external sources. And then communication is key. First of all, I listened to what somebody told me. I didn't analyze it to see whether it was going to work for me. And I took it just like that and put it inside the soup. So it didn't really work out for me.
And then you got the results.
Exactly. And secondly, Secondly, she probably didn't like what I did, but then she didn't say anything about it. If she had spoken up, I would have tried to fix it, but I felt it was all right. Yeah. So those were the two things that led to
I know. I can super relate with, that communication thing. And if it's not there, it's really hard to make it thrive, because if you're not saying what you're feeling and this person is not listening to what you're saying, then there's always friction there somewhere. But one thing I would just say to you, one thing I would say to this matter, because me, I'm on the listening side today, it's just that when you're listening, you need to be able to curate great references so that you're not getting advice from the wrong, reference, right?
Yeah.
And then you just have to try to have a balanced view of things, right? So you said, you were getting advice from your friends, but I mean, you could have gotten, just maybe gotten advice from older people as well, or something, or talk to, older people as well, just to kind of get a balanced view of what things are. And also, but you yourself, you also need to know exactly what you want.
Yes.
So that even when the advice comes, you can check it and say, okay, is this in line with what I want? If it's not, then you are sure whether you want to take it or you want to discard it, or at least you get to analyze it before making a decision based on it.
Yeah.
But, well, I guess your heart is broken already.
Exactly.
Sorry.
There's glue and sellotape to fix it back. Anyway, this was an example of a bad breakup, in a sense that it took a toll on me. They said boys don't cry, but I cried. It took a toll on me, and I wasn't really ready to open up to anybody else. Yeah, so that was a bad breakup. A good breakup would be one where both parties have a mutual understanding. They just realize that this isn't working out anymore.
This is not going to work.
Exactly. And then they understand that the best thing right now to do is to part ways, because it gets to a point in time where your relationship becomes more like a performance or a theater, drama. People are just trying to keep up appearances here, but then what you feel for each other isn't there anymore. Exactly. So when you understand this,
for me, I still feel like when you say what you feel is not there anymore, where did it go? I feel like it's just a misconception of communication. I seriously feel like it's a root cause of communication, because maybe you're not saying what's on your mind. He's not saying what's on our mind. He's not saying what is on his mind and all of that. And then there's just that disconnect, right, between the two people. Because if the feeling was there before, even if it dies, it will still resurrect. Because at the end of the day, for example, for those of us who are married, we still experience those seasons where it feels like there is no, all those butterfly in your tummy. It's not there. But doesn't mean that means that relationship has ended, that marriage has ended. No. You get busy with other things, and then somehow, not just somehow, intentionally, there are things to do to spark that up again. Do you understand? So, but then communicating is the root of that thing that will bring that spark up. Communication is one of the spark, so
exactly.
But I mean, it's better for people who have not entered, who have not committed long term. I guess that's why it's easy. It's like, you know what, okay, let's break it off, because I don't feel that way I'm feeling before.
Your feeling has taken a night, boss.
It's more than feeling, okay? But thank you for sharing. I really do hope that. Yeah, you want to say?
Yeah, I was saying that I realized that sometimes we misinterpret care for love when somebody cares about you, because it's easy to fall in love with somebody who cares about you because maybe you're probably not having it anywhere else, not at home, not at church. And when one person shows the least care for you, you
It's
take
like,
it as love.
I get what
Exactly.
you mean.
So all these things are also part of it.
So basically, it's about knowing yourself, understanding yourself, and then before you now, be complete in yourself, and then, take it from there. Anyways, thank you for sharing. I hope that you feel great soon, and now you know better when you're going into any other relationship to know the things to look out for. Okay, so we're going to also get feedback. We're going to be asking you, our audience, what do you think? Is there such a thing as a good breakup? What do you think? Because this is from our perspective today. Well, technically from Daniel's
from my perspective. The book
today,
of Daniel.
right? So, so let us know. What do you think? Is there such a thing as a good breakup or as a bad breakup? We'll be waiting to hear from you so that we can share your feedback on the show next week. All right, this is all we have for you today. And remember again that please subscribe to this podcast on Buzzsprout. Also, you can follow us on social media. Instagram, we are The Afrocentrist. On Facebook, we are The Afrocentrist Hub. And on Twitter, we are The Afrocentrist, okay? And if you need to contact us for anything, like maybe you want us to do a shout out to your friend or something like that, or you want us to talk about a certain topic, you can send us an email. If you don't want to send us a DM on Instagram, send us an email to theafrocentrist@gmail.com, okay? And we'll be glad to hear from you, because if you're not there listening, then we're just here talking, okay? So this is a two-way thing, and we appreciate your feedback so far, and would love to hear from you some more, okay? Take care of yourself now, and have a fantastic weekend. We love you. All right, bye.
Bye.